Welcome back to Dev Errors Fixed. Today, type error, unsupported operand types for plus, int and stutter. You try to add or join two things. Python flatly refuses to combine a number and a piece of text. It shows up constantly because values so often arrive as strings from input. A CSV, a JSON payload, a web form, even when they look like numbers, will reproduce it with a tiny shopping cart total, read the traceback line by line, and fix it two different ways. Let's go. Here's what the error actually means. The plus sign in Python does two completely different jobs. It adds numbers and it joins strings. When you write int plus star, Python can't tell which one you meant, add them or glue them together, and it flatly refuses to guess. So instead of silently converting one to the other, it stops and raises type error. And remember, anything from input JSON or a CSV arrives as a string, even when it looks like a number. So this collision is easy to walk right into. Look at the two cases side by side. 10 plus 5 is fine, both are numbers, so Python adds them and gets 15, but then it hits 15 plus the string 3, and that's an int plus a star. Python has no rule for adding a number to text, so it stops right there with type error. On the right is the fix, convert at the boundary, wrap the string in int, so int of 3 becomes the number 3, and now 15 plus 3 is 18. Same data, one conversion, no crash. Let's build it. We've got a list of prices, and notice one of them snuck in as text, the string 3 in quotes, exactly like a value that came from a form or a file. We start a running total at 0 and a loop that's going to walk the list and add each price. The body is empty for now. Let's write the obvious version next. Here is the natural line. Total equals total plus p. And it works perfectly for the first two, 10 and 5 are numbers, the total climbs. But the moment p is the string 3, we're asking for a number plus text, int plus star, and Python throws. It's one innocent line that quietly assumed every item in the list was already a number. Run it and there's the crash. Read the traceback. It points straight at total equals total plus p with the little wavy underline and arrow marking the plus that failed. And the message, type error, unsupported operand types for plus, int and star. In plain English, you asked Python to add a number and a piece of text and it simply won't do it. Let's decode that message because it's more helpful than it looks. Unsupported operand types for plus means the plus sign can't combine what you handed it. Int and star tells you exactly which two types clashed, a number and a string. The caret underneath points at the precise plus that failed, and it's the same story in the other direction, str plus int, or joining a literal like quote text plus 5 all raise the very same error. So how do you fix it? Start by deciding what you actually mean. Is this arithmetic or is it text? If it's math, convert the string to a number int of p or float of p when it has decimals. If it's a message, go the other way and convert the number to text, start of n, or drop it into an f string. And the best habit of all, convert once, right where the data enters your program, so by the time you reach the plus, everything is already the right type. Here's the fix. We wrap p in int. Total equals total plus int of p. So the string 3 becomes the number 3 and the sum just works. And I'll show the other common shape too, building a message. You can't write quote items plus count, that's str plus int. So either convert with str of count or better use an f string and drop count right inside. Two directions, one idea. Never mix the two types across a plus. Run the fixed version. The total comes out to 20 now, every price counted, including the one that was text. And the message prints items 3, both ways, with str and with the f string. No error, correct output done. Quick recap. Plus on an int and str is undefined. Python won't guess whether you meant to add or to join, so it raises type error. You reproduce it anytime a numeric looking string lands in an arithmetic plus. The fix is to convert at the boundary int or float to when you're doing math, store an f string when you're building text, and the habit that prevents it entirely, parse your inputs into the right type early so the plus is never mixed in the first place. A quick note, reproducing these errors and explaining the real fix takes real work. If it helps you, the wallets are on screen and there's a Ko-fi link below. Every tip funds the next one. Thank you. That's type error unsupported operand types for plus, reproduced and fixed at the root. The trap is that plus means two different things, and Python refuses to guess, so a number and text just won't combine. Convert at the boundary and parse your inputs early so it never comes up. Subscribe for a new dev error fixed every episode. Tell me in the comments which one keeps biting you, and I'll see you in the next one.